I apologize for the delay. Actually, just completely forgot to do the Q&A on Monday. Oopsie daisies. I'm sure you guys got along with your lives just fine, just like I did, but I gotta do the Q&A. You guys submitted the questions, so let's get to it. The Warrior 70 asks, what's a better match, Andre versus Hogan or Hogan versus Warrior? From a historical standpoint, Andre Hogan. From a business standpoint, Andre Hogan. From a sheer match standpoint, Hogan Warrior. It's not even close. Sly Likety. Who's the better pure wrestler, Stone Cold, The Rock, Cena, or Hogan? Stone Cold. I think he could wrestle a variety of styles that the other guys couldn't. The Rock was, to me, the best in terms of the pure physical tools. Like, if you talk about the epitome of a five-tool prospect that I've talked about before when it comes to professional wrestling, The Rock is that standard. Cena, I think gets some undue grief sometimes for some of his wrestling abilities. My bigger knock with Cena, always when it comes to his wrestling, is his piss poor storytelling. Hogan was a better wrestler than he was given credit for, and definitely the best worker of the crowd of the four, but the best pure wrestler to me was Stone Cold. At Kawhi, Leonard asks, who does Cena feud with following the Lesnar feud, which I assume goes through Night of Champions? Good God, who knows? That is a terrific question. Maybe Rollins? Fuck if I know at this point. Fuck, frankly, if the WWE even knows. Maybe he wouldn't feud with anybody for a little while. Maybe he'd get some time off. Oh, God, I could only hope so. Yeah, but maybe, so like I said, somebody like a Rollins, maybe. I mean, where else do you really go with them? That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. Junior 148567992. I suppose you could technically say Batista, but I would assume they'd bring back Batista as a face or try to the second time around, but we'll see. So Junior asks, do you believe the best match on a wrestling card is the match that draws the most money? Yes, by and large. I mean, ultimately, getting away from the dumb fan bullshit and the dumb fan perspective. And, if you're a fan, maybe you don't care about the business perspective, and that's fine. It's fine. But don't confuse that with the business reality. Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk, let's say, in front of 1,000 people, or John Cena versus Randy Orton in front of 20,000 people, while you might enjoy Daniel Bryan and CM Punk a whole lot more as a match, and who could blame you, at the end of the day, Cena Orton is a better match from a business standpoint because it drew a lot more money. It's that simple. It is a business. It's ultimately a business about making the most money. Who gives a shit if you put on a 5-star classic if you're doing it in bingo halls in front of 75 people? I mean, seriously. D. Rizzle asks, what or who do you think could cause WWE to change its racist views towards black superstars? Well, it's very simple. Vince would have to go away. They'd have to have some actually non-white people in positions of executive power in the WWE, which I believe also is very lacking. For all the discussion I have about the lack of pushing black superstars to the top, you notice that in the hierarchy of the WWE's executive, power structure, a lot of white faces there. Just saying. So that's what it would have to take. Some of those racist guys in the company would have to go away. They'd have to get some non-white faces at the top. And then that would hope to slowly, I think, change the WWE's ways, but it'll take a long period of time. Javier Artabo asks, if I go to a gay pride parade, what are the odds of me seeing Jeff Jarrett's 90s outfit? One, which one? And two, greater than 50%. Probably. The Doctor 2012 asked, do you think AJ Styles will ever return to TNA? And if he does, will it be good or bad for the company? I wouldn't rule it out. I never say never. I don't see it coming anytime soon. Would it be good or bad for the company? I mean, if they're going to pay him $300,000, $400,000 a year and he's not really delivering in a box office standpoint, then it would be a bad thing. If they did pay him $300,000, $400,000 a year and he increased live event attendance and TV ratings went up a little bit, then it probably would be a good thing for the company. Aponte J. Smooth asks, should Seth Rollins leave SummerSlam as world champion since either winner of the title match won't be good for business? No. No, they need to finish up business between Rollins and Ambrose. No, Rollins' timing would be way off for him to win the title at this point in time. Sorry. Real Ziggy 23 asks, Schleg Daddy, do you think The Miz has made the Intercontinental Championship mean something again? Not particularly, at least as the champion. He's being featured every week. At least as the champion, he's given an opportunity to talk every week, and that is a good thing. I think for him to make it mean a little something again, he would have to carry it for an extended period of time and do a feud with somebody where it's not just him on commentary every week. They got a long way to go to make that belt mean something. Dexter C73 asks, can Bray Wyatt afford to lose at SummerSlam? No. I just can't see how you could justify him losing at SummerSlam. Because that way, at least you could have the argument of him and Jericho having one big, stipulation type of rubber match at a Night of Champions. Wyatt must win Sunday, especially with Rowan and Harper banned from ringside. He must win Sunday. He has to. The WWE doesn't have him win Sunday, and I mean win clean, then shame on them, really. Madden God 45 asks, who's the best on the mic in the WWE right now? I'll take Paul Heyman out because you're talking about somebody that actually has the creative liberty to largely talk about his own things and do his promos his own way. In terms of like wrestlers, I think you'd have to say probably Wyatt, Ambrose. Cena depends on the promo, but again, Cena does so much of the same shit so many times. Even when it's good, it's not that good. But in terms of newer faces, I think Wyatt and Ambrose are clearly the class of the WWE in terms of mic work. Burn Notice 3216. Shouldn't haters of Cena hope that his recent acting jobs take off enough for him to have a decent movie career and leave WWE? Absolutely. You'd think you'd want Cena to turn Hollywood, because if he did leave for an extended period of time and the company found its own footing without him and they realized they didn't need him as a top babyface, then maybe they could actually please everybody that wants it after so many years and actually turn John Cena into a Hollywood heel. Or he could just go away and that would be fine too, and I think the company would be in a lot better position than they envision themselves being in. Chris is nice. Should Ziggler change his Twitter handle from Heel Ziggler to Jobber Ziggler? No. Should he change his Twitter handle? Yes. Because I wonder if he realizes how ridiculous it makes him look when he calls people marks, yet he's the one with the Twitter handle of @HeelZiggler. Wouldn't that be something that dumb fans would do? So he's got the Mark Twitter handle, but he's calling other people marks. Well, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it would take one to know one. And this again shows kind of the intelligence or lack of intelligence and stupidity of many of the people in the professional wrestling business today, and is a clear indication of why the professional wrestling business is in the damn state that it's in. You've got a guy on WWE with his Twitter handle of @HeelZiggler calling other people marks. Does he realize how ridiculous that makes him look? Does that make him realize at all how stupid he looks and how stupid he is for having that type of damn Twitter handle? Oh, Christ. @Ebro32995. Is pro wrestling more enjoyable when you only know what you see on TV? In theory, it can be. But again, if it's shitty, it's shitty. I don't think you need dirt sheets or spoilers of people on social media necessarily to tell you, or reviewers on YouTube, to tell you if something is shitty. Maybe they'll give you a different perspective on why something is shitty, and maybe occasionally they do get you to see it a different way where you go, well, it was okay too. Oh my God, that sucked too. But in general, I mean, there was a period of time for me for years as a wrestling fan where I didn't read dirt sheets. I didn't look at the internet. I didn't go on forums and talk about this shit. And if it was good, it was good. If it was shit, it was shit. And I knew it. I didn't need anybody else to tell me that. Just saying. And All Dat 57 closes out this Q&A by asking, do you think Batista's eventual return will go better than his last one now that Daniel Bryan is out of the picture? One would hope. One would think. But then again, maybe it's a thing too of WWE fans like Batista as a heel. They enjoy his work as a heel. So maybe trying to force people to cheer for him as a babyface is going against the grain and not exactly the best decision in the world. I do think, though, now that you got away from the spoiled brattedness of the Daniel Bryan fans and their bitch-ass acting ways from earlier in the year, that Batista's return would probably go a little bit better a second time around. But again, it would depend on who they'd send him at. If they brought him back and put him into a early fall program with Brock Lesnar, then, he might be received relatively well. And that would be a feud that people would want to see and would have a lot of appeal to it. It's all going to depend on what they do with Batista when they bring him back. That's going to determine a lot of this. Thanks again to all of you guys that submitted your questions. Sorry, I forgot about doing it yesterday, but I got it done today, so try to take it easy on me, okay? I'll see you all throughout the week for other content here. Make sure you check out the Summerslam review series. It's almost done. Thank God. And I'll be back Wednesday for another Q&A. See you later.